the hell is that? That's the chief.
Grand Rising Pioneers. Certainly hope you're all doing well. Sending you much love and high vibrations. Got Jake yelling and saying, hey. Early. September 12th. Friday, Freya Day, TGIF Pioneers. Thank God it's Friday. We ain't never off. No days off around here. But September is here. We know that. And this year I've been trying to come out more and more and be actively involved with you all in the Discord, in the community, etc. I'm back on YouTube. 1 second. And so here we are, back again with an early morning update before we go and clock into work today. So, wanted to talk about what I shared with my pioneers in the private academy and Discord was this is the most important chart right now and moving forward. You know, as we know, we've recently stationed in that Uranus station retrograde and are approaching that historical autumn equinox time period on 9/27, combined with Rosh Hashanah this year and coming off the cusp of a partial solar eclipse, all as we transition into Libra, the universal scales of justice, you know, weighing out our bull run, our bear run thesis right here, and just post Labor Day, where we taught about our post-Labor Day lows and our Wake Me Up When September Ends video. So, you know, here we are, coming up on that first day of fall, right? And something that we built in our thesis for many years now and have been sharing with you, that this autumn equinox, this first day of fall, is just like our cherry blossom season and thesis that we were teaching at the beginning of the year. A very critical and volatile time period to take advantage of the markets as sophisticated analysts and traders, pioneers of the new financial and digital age, the, well, fourth industrial revolution and the evolution of money that we've been teaching you about. So we saw this year our cherry blossom season brought us those lows, right? Where we were able to plant ourselves in those 74K lows of Bitcoin before now seeing a retest into around that $117,000 range that we've been using as a critical support resistance flip. Bullish above it, bearish below it, okay? So, very critical, very critical. So, again, I'm paying attention to this autumn equinox that I've been sharing with my pioneers. Oh, yeah, I have to go to no, I can go right here to the other Discords that I am in. I've been sharing it with my pioneers, though, that this is everything. So others that are expecting potential lows, etc., in the markets, my cat has been showing you guys that the autumn equinox is everything. This is Jazzy, you guys. And I've got another little kitty cat that I've rescued as well. But she's on it, you guys. You know, again, I've taught about these equinoxes, these time periods in astrology, etc. for many years now. Going on working on my 7th year come next year. calling myself, I guess, a financial astrologer, correct? Using even just the traditional zodiac. Yes, there's Vedic and other forms as well, I understand this, but just taking what is given to the masses and showing you how to change your life financially off of it. But many may not know the story behind this. One day I was currently working on my Uranus and retrograde thesis, what we call the Euro cycle, or Satoshi's Uranian clock. Okay, we've trademarked it as that. We've copyrighted this trading thesis into this, community. And well, one day I was, jamming out after I don't know, being up like 18 hours, right? I was working hard, already at work, come home. I got right back into working on this thesis, and I knew there was something I was missing to it, right? That I wanted to add to it. And I had already had on this napkin that I had borrowed from work one day that, with my pen, always got my pen, always got my notes, always taking notes, right? And I borrowed a napkin. I'm sitting over there writing the autumn equinox on it, and that's all I had wrote at the time, right? I was going to add more to it. But one day it was just sitting there on the coaster on my coffee table, and my cat just kept sitting over there playing with it and knocking it off and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it hit the floor, I'd pick it back up, I'd put it on the table, I'd shoo her away. I'd get right back to the computer. I'm sitting there grinding, I'm working, I'm hustling, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting in the work. And she's over there playing with the napkin again, just swatting at it and just knocking it off. And after about 40 minutes of, hassling with this cat of mine, I finally figured out maybe she was telling me something. Maybe, this ancient creature of the divine, right? Was sharing with me her thoughts. And I thought, man, let's look at it historically. And boy, the data we found, it was mind-blowing. And we're going to continue to break that down and talk about it on the daily time frame. I know this chart has got a lot of confusion and congestion on it since we've started this thesis and have been building this together in the community and classes twice a week, etc. But, man, you guys, when we look at every circle and that autumn equinox and what it leads to post a Labor Day, post a Uranus stationed in retrograde, I don't give a damn about your eclipses. Man, the historical data has been everything. So, shout out to Jazzy, man. One of the mascots of the Daily Kennel Closed News, legendary call. Just reminding us of past work. You can go back several years in my videos around these autumn time periods. My favorite time of the year, you would hear me say. Okay? That first day of fall, right? And boy, she cracked the code for us. She wasn't even around when we first started teaching this. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't even rescued her yet out of the engine bay of my car, And so, amazing. Let's just continue to go back and talk about this, okay? 2024, that autumn equinox time period. Let's get our moon phases on so we can see that, leading into that autumn equinox. We were in that bullish trend before we then saw that rollover and fake out right there at the end of September. Anyway, and then we planted those lows right at the 10th of October, post, that Yale University's birthday, that Skull and Bones ritual, But anyways, and then just saw that historical data that October brings us, which is, one of 3 of the best performing months of Bitcoin's historical data going back 16, almost 17 years now come next month. So, can't deny October and the thesis we've been sharing with you for years that come October, and by October's 31st, Halloween, Samhain, All Hallows Tide, All Saints Eve, Bitcoin's true birthday, the day the white paper was released, okay? Well, we tend to be leading into or already reaching new all-time highs. And boy, right now, pumping on the support resistance flip of 117, 119K, we're leading into that right now as we approach October. Imagine that. Did you do it again, Coach? We did it again, Pioneers. Banger! Okay, so again, when I was out here at the beginning of the year, post a Donald Trump sell-off, and I was telling you guys that we've never historically seen any market, no matter crypto, no matter stocks, no matter equities, no matter what, we've never seen any market end in fear. It's always been FOMO and euphoria. Period. Okay? That, who knows, after 2023, 7 months trading sideways, when we go back and look, before we saw the continuation up, post a autumn equinox time period. I know it was at the beginning of the cycle, but still, it's everything, right? But 7 months trading sideways. And after 8 months trading sideways the next year in 2024 and post an autumn equinox time period where the lows were presented in September leading into that October reversal, which is everything, that maybe this year, after 7 years in 2023, 8 years in 2024, I'm sorry, 7 months in 2023 trading sideways, 8 months in 2024 trading sideways before continuation post an autumn equinox. Maybe it would take 9 months trading sideways in 2025. 7, 8, 9. But, this is kind of, going with markets getting more sophisticated and diminishing returns, etc., right? The whole wop bamboozle, this, that, and third, right? But that's neither here nor there. So, here we are coming on that, can you believe it? It's September, the 9th month of the year. And we've still just truly been trading sideways. Yes, we've reached and continued to, see price expansion. But over time, that's what we should see in a sophisticated market. You know what I'm saying? So again, just following everything we've been talking about with pioneers in the Discord, like I know Patoy remembers. I'm sure he's stacked, ready to go for this 9th month, heading into that thesis of October like he was helping bring up months ago in classes. So, what are we seeing come a post-autumn equinox time period? As we approach this time period of Rosh Hashanah, of Libra, of the partial solar eclipse, of the 21st, 22nd microstructure reset. I mean, this is the most important 21st, 22nd microstructure reset of the month, and I've said that before this year, yes. But they've all been important and equally gradually led to being this. So shout out, pioneers, I love you. I pour my heart and soul into this for you. And I know we got the FOMC meeting coming up and the Fed's rate cut. Good God. Blah, blah, blah. I'm more focused on what I've been sharing with my pioneers this morning in the Discord, which is, how about that date we've already been decoding of the 103rd day of the year, or I'm sorry, September 19th, leaving the 103 days left in the year as we're in September 103. Darren Virgo ruled by Mercury 103, right? You know what I'm saying? National Preparedness Month 103, where the total lunar eclipse was 103, ruled by Uranus stationed in retrograde right now, while Uranus is stationed in Gemini in traditional zodiac for the next 7 years. You know? Like, it's all about Uranus right now, 103, a number of the universe, 103. The market compass we use, 103. The circle of life, 103, which is why I think we saw that Charlie Kirk murdered, 103. And the turning point action, 103. The turning point right here. Is this the turning point, pioneers? This is all sorcery and alchemy, you know. So pay attention. But the September 19th quadruple witching hour? What? The simultaneous expiration of stock index futures and stock index options, you know, that we're going to see this year? Like, come on, pioneers. Today, you already got $4,210,000,000 worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options expiring. Like, you don't think today, Friday, TGIF is gonna be volatile? You better be ready. Are you ready, pioneers? Because I still say the most important chart right now is this one right here. Flipping that support. Lost it. Shot through it. Nixon shock that we were teaching you. Fifth wave. A, B, C. Correction. 88K coming in soon. 103 in September. By the 19th. What? What if we hit 103K on the day, leaving 103 days left in the year? Tied to the code that I've been sharing with you. What if we do it? ABC correction into that low. And then pop, bang, bang, bang. Up and away. If we hold that 103 as support, if we see it, you know what I'm saying? We can keep blowing up in a new Elliott wave impulse and see 119 be testing that resistance that I've been breaking down and sharing with you all. Let me find that chart. But let us pray. I had it. I know I did. Oh, there it is. But yeah, 119K. We're just coming out of 9/11 yesterday. Bop, bang. You know? So, the only thing that I think could keep us from, you know, seeing 119K as we pass 9/11 now, as we transition it past the 9/11 shock we got this year with the assassination, right? Crazy. If we can break past that and hold it as support, you're looking at a support resistance flip. That 117, 119, that's been selling us off, right? I mean, we know it's numerically tied to Bitcoin, correct? I still got Bitcoin down here. Let us pray. No, I'd have to type it back out. But 117, that Bitcoin price discovery. Like, we're going to see more Bitcoin price discovery once we start closing back above this $117,000 range. You're going to see your altcoins and Ethereum go when you get to that 126, that new all-time high. I told y'all this. You know what I'm saying? Just a few days from now is 106 days left in the year. So, on the 16th, right? So, alt season. Look for a little bit of love as we approach, you know, more volatility and the autumn equinox time period. Okay? Look for, you know, some volatility on 9/16, I believe. Don't let me lie to you. If 9/19 leaves 103 days, then 9/16's got to leave 106. Okay? Drop the 0 at 16 on the 16th. Numerology, right? The rules of numerology is 0 has no value, you remove it. So you got the 1 and the 6, put them together at 16. Or you can add them, and it's 7, right? This day adds up to 70 in numerology. Drop the 0, it's at 7. But anyways, what I'm getting at is that it's going to be 3 months, 3 days from Donald Trump's birthday. That very powerful 13 weeks, 4 days, which is an anagram of pi, 3.14, right? So I'll be paying attention to this. Day tied to alt season as we approach the 19th. I think this is around the Fed's meeting. I think it's the 17th and 18th. It may be the 16th and 17th. I'm not sure. It's not a part of my thesis this year. I don't give a fuck about rate cuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been able to crack this market months in advance, all year long, preparing for this time period without rate cuts. And it even being a thing. Okay, so, like, it's totally irrelevant, alright? Yeah. So, sorry, what was that other connection I made to this? It was something, man. I made another connection to the 19th using one of these dates by Trump. I'll just have to find it in my notes. But yeah, anyways. Back onto the update, you guys. Just paying attention to what the 15-minute, the 2-hour, these charts are giving us right now. We've been the only one bullish since 107K, and everybody was scared as we led into the eclipse. One day before that, Uranus station retrograde, and we had our sign. You know, especially when that big old U on the 2-hour chart was printed, you know, that bearish moment before the eclipse came. And then, you know, it was a U, a cup and handle, and we've just bang, bang, bang since. Thank you, Uranus. Thank you, Eurocycle, the god of euphoria. So seriously, you guys, if you haven't seen that video that we did, got my YouTube right here. Bam, bam, bang. Go and join us. You know, watch it. Thank y'all for the love on, you know, my most recent video, the Charlie Kirk. But I'll shut the fuck up. I love myself. 767 views, man. My #1 viewed video in years, you guys. That's, you know, I appreciate that. It means the world. But I also did one that said, Master Chief, share something with the crypto space. Share something the crypto space has never seen. And that's where we trademarked and copyrighted the Uranus retrograde cycle with you all. So if you haven't seen that, you know, go and check it out. You know, watch it. It's very, very enlightening. I know the volume is a little low for me, but if you like pay attention, turn your volume all the way up, listen, don't distract yourself. You can hear me still. It's still a great video. I'm gonna re-record it. Like I just realized I was a little bit too far away from the mic, and I do apologize for that. But you know what I'm saying? It's still gonna have value in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't let the small things distract y'all from the value you can take out of my videos to use to change your fucking lives with. The audacity of some of you in the comments, man. Been doing this 6 years and ain't until this month had a fucking troll. Like, the fuck out of here, man. But anyways, there's value to be extracted right here. 2-hour time frame, 15-minute time frame, sorry, we've just been following this ABC correction since the last fifth of the fifth inside of the fifth wave that we've been breaking down for you all, and Elliott wave impulsive theory has played out, jumping and filling that gap range that we've been breaking down and sharing with you all. Right, cha-ching, bang, bang. Now do we reverse? We got a gap at 92K we can go see on the way to 88, right? What if we fill them both? I mean, I'm just saying, we don't have to, but just showing. That ABC correction that I was sharing, this chart is everything, right? ABC correction after this Nixon shock, that would really shake out some weak hands. It'd be a really great buying opportunity for Coach Abe and his life, not financial advice. But that 103 as well. So that ABC that we could be in, it could be here, ABC, right, and be done, right, because there's usually a ABC inside of your A wave, though, so we've got to pay attention, right? So right now, it's support resistance flip is everything as we lead into autumn equinox, which is where historically, like I've been breaking down for you all in the charts, is last year showed us that autumn equinox time period was everything. the last of the Mohicans and the buying opportunities leading into October and Bitcoin's birthday. Okay, so let's go back in the last cycle, 2021, before our 69K highs. Autumn equinox lows as we headed into the end of September and October's reversal, heading into Bitcoin's birthday, where we are on our way or leading into new all-time highs by October 31st. Okay, so anyways, that autumn equinox low is everything. So if there's going to be another low, it's going to be here. 2020 was where we set that higher low. Remember, post a pandemic sell-off. So post the April tariff war narrative of 74K that we were able to call 6 months in advance, long before a tariff war was ever even talked about. Anyway, do we see a higher low right here at the autumn equinox? That's going to be something to pay attention to. Could we treat that April time period like C19, right? I don't know, right? With this recent assassination, I would pay attention to the autumn equinox feeling more like 9/11 this year. But I'll shut the fuck up. Post the Fed's rate cut, buy the rumor, sell the news event. So autumn equinox in 2017 was again that low that was submitted in September, and then as we led into October, boom, boom, bang. Right, the autumn equinox was our everything. September lows was our lowest, yes. The autumn equinox was a higher low this year, yes. But it still was everything. Our lows came in September, so I do believe that's why the autumn equinox was not our lows this year. It doesn't. I never said it had to be the 22nd of September for our lows. Neither. You know, I said in, around, near, post the autumn equinox. It's all about this time. Okay, the first day of fall. Okay. So, anyways, 2013, the last one will break down. That autumn equinox, okay, low, that came post-autumn equinox, okay? The next new moon, right, was a sell-off into October, you know, so pay attention. October 2nd, my mom's birthday in 2013 was the lows. And then reversal. All during Uranus station retrograde, like I've been sharing, the god of shocks and reversals. So, you know, pretty powerful. You know, here we are 10 days away from this time period. Okay? So, can we seem to reclaim our Richard Nixon sell-off post our heliacal rising highs? Okay? Because this 117, 119,000 is going to determine that, you guys. So, what we can compare this to is another buy the rumor, sell the news event and time period, like in the ETF for Bitcoin of 2024, of January 11th, the 111 date. And we just came out of yesterday, 9/11, the day, leaving 111 days left in the year, 111. And I'll teach you all about that 111 financial manifestation code. Okay? So, alright. What if this fractal continues to play out of this falling wedge, this bull pennant, this bull flag, which was really right back here, and we're still watching that continue to play out, okay? That could take us up to around $147,000 to $149,000, but I'll behave. So we've got the bull flag here, and we're still breaking out from that, and we're still just back testing the previous highs of that structure at 107, and haven't broken it yet. They were the highs over here too. And we're talking candle body highs too. And we're not talking wicks. We're talking candle body structure highs over here. The breakout highs. Retesting those. Holding support. If this continues to squeeze like I've been sharing with my pioneers, get past that 117K, 119K. Pop, 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 bang, bang, bang. Okay? So, we're going to see that 128K, $126,000 like I've been sharing. So, let's continue to stay focused, you guys. I got just a few moments left before I got to get off here and finish getting everything ready to go to work this morning. Alright, I got to leave here in about a little more than an hour and a half. So, alright. Anyways, I hope you guys have been enjoying this little quick 30-minute update video this morning, though. I truly do. But yeah, just talking about this retest range that was welcome, support that must hold, and now the support resistance flip. Okay? So, again, remember, crypto week back here gave us our highs until the Richard Nixon shock. Sold us off from 124,000. World Emoji Day. Alright? Just start paying attention to the sentiment starting to change. Okay, pioneers? As we were just fearful the other day, and I was sharing with you in the update, I've got it. It was back here in the 40s, you guys. You know what I'm saying? We were just fearful the other day. Now we're at 57, starting to get a little greedy. Okay? So, okay. I'm just saying, like, pay attention to it. Let's continue to watch it as it starts to get greedier and more, extreme greed. Possibly it comes into this market with a new all-time high at 126K, 128. Take advantage of the opportunities given, so that if more lows are presented, well, then you can, reap the rewards of the seeds that you planted. Okay? So, with that being said, you guys, I was thinking about, let's ask the chat if they got any questions. I am in the Discord. I did hop on, but nobody's here. It's the middle of the night, I understand. A lot of y'all like to sleep. I don't know what that is anymore in my life. So, we'll just hop out. We'll get ready to end this, and, yeah. I will catch you all later, and I'll keep you all informed in the Discord. But, just again, prepare. National Preparedness Month. That's what September is. This time period of the 22nd, mixed with the, zodiacal change of the Mazzaroth into Libra, right? The partial solar eclipse, we're weighing out our bull bear market thesis right here. 21st, 22nd microstructure reset post the Fed's FOMC meeting, blah, blah, blah. And that Rosh Hashanah time period. Is this where we get our potential post-Labor Day lows? All during Uranus stationed in retrograde right before we get that reversal into October and that V-shaped recovery in Virgo, right? Through Virgo, the V, and that first day of fall, my most favorite time period in the year, where the leaves start to change and, the weather's just beautiful and amazing until it gets freezing cold, right? And that autumn equinox, man, it's going to be everything. So shout out to Jazzy and my cat. I'm giving her love right here in the chair beside me, in the ottoman. But yeah, so with that being said, man, pioneers, I'm sending you much love and high vibrations. I hope you have a blessed grand rising this morning, and you take your life into your own hands. You become the alchemist and the creator of your own destiny and reality by manifesting it into your life, taking a thought and turning it into action. That turns into your reality, like we have done here at the Daily Can of Closed News, and have taught others how to do for years now. Hopefully you become the new member of the Academy and the trading course and group, and you're with us twice a week now moving forward, like we've been since the start of 2024, making the most historical calls in this market. So, much love. Coach Abe signing out. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress. Build your legacies. Let's go!